The first person that I'm going to interview is named Madison Hours, and she is 20 years of age. The first question I have for you is, do you remember engaging in pretend play when you were younger intentionally? And what I mean by intentionally is that you went to the spot, you chose what objects you were going to use, and you picked what you were doing?
Yes, I would say that because my cousins always wanted to do different things, and I was always the one to firmly push something that I wanted to do.
Okay, good. Do you remember if that type of play was at home or was it at school?
It was usually actually at my grandparents' house and at my house.
Okay. Were there adults involved or was it more of like a kid-driven situation?
Most of the time, it was never involved with adults. It was usually just me, my cousins, and or my friends.
Okay. My second question is, when you engaged in pretend play, would you consider your past self a character with the driven leadership? So you would tell your cousins or your siblings, like, you'll be the mom, you'll be the dad, I'll be the baby, just something like that where you took control?
The one I vividly remember is usually when I would play teacher in school. I would always be the teacher and make my younger cousin be the student, even though she didn't really want to.
Okay. My third question is, what type of dramatic play was your favorite? So, like, for instance, being a teacher or like cooking?
I would say usually being a teacher, but sometimes there was like being a chef and stuff like that.
Okay. Did your favorite really allow you to engage with unstructured and just experiment with the play?
I would say yes, like playing a chef, I could do whatever I want and make the menu myself.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, the second person that I'm going to be interviewing is named Kobe Felton, and he is 20 years of age. My first question is, do you remember engaging in pretend play when you were younger intentionally?
Yes, I think me and my siblings used to plan out what we were going to do and play and stuff.
Do you remember if it was at home or was it at school mostly?
It was at my grandparents' house.
So it was at home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were there any adults involved?
No, there was not.
Okay. My second question is, when you engaged in pretend play, would you consider your past self a character with driven leadership? So you were kind of the one that took control, told your siblings or your cousins, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to like it.
I feel like I was the sort of leader. I planned out what we were going to do and kind of made the games up.
Are you older than your cousins and siblings?
Yes.
Okay, so the third question I have is, what type of dramatic play was your favorite? So was it house? Was it playing cops and robbers?
I feel like it was something along the lines of cops and robbers and a couple other things too.
Were you mostly outside when you were doing this?
Yeah, we were always outside.
Okay. Did your favorite just really allow you to engage with the unstructured play and it allowed you to experiment with play?
Yeah, I would say because we didn't really follow guidelines for anything. We kind of made stuff up as long as we went, and
you just went with the flow?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. The third person that I'm going to be interviewing is named Leah Avery, and she is 19 years of age. So my first question is, do you remember engaging in pretend play when you were younger intentionally?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember if that was at home or was it at school mostly?
It was mostly at home.
Mostly at home. Okay. Were there any adults involved or was it like children-led?
It was children-led.
Okay. When you engaged in pretend play, would you consider your past self a character with driven leadership?
No.
Or were your siblings bossing you around?
My siblings were bossing me.
Okay, so are you the youngest?
Yes.
Okay. What type of dramatic play was your favorite? So like cooking, cops and robbers, house?
Probably house.
Okay. Did that really allow you to experiment with unstructured play?
Yeah.